Welcome to Kidmissing TV. Today, historic May. We're going to talk about Marjorie West. She was 4 years old when she disappeared from Bradford, Pennsylvania on May the 8th, 1938. Marjorie and her sister went to pick violets for their mother because it was Mother's Day and they were having a picnic after church with the Agerland family. Well, her daddy and Mr. Agerland went to go fishing and Mom went to go sit in the car in the parking lot for a little bit to rest. But before Dad went fishing, he went up behind this big boulder to make sure there were no snakes or anything, and he told his girls to kind of stay clear of it because there could be snakes living underneath it. Still sounds like my dad. So the girls picked their flowers. The older sister, age 7, there was also a brother, age 11, brought her flowers to Mom and left Marjorie still picking hers. When she went back up beyond the boulder, Marjorie was gone. They mounted a search. When they couldn't find her, Dad drove 7 miles to get to a telephone to call for help. At which point there were thousands of volunteers and police searching everywhere. Forest around the park, everywhere. And they found, well, I can't say they found nothing, because they found her violets stomped on, or what they say crushed, up behind the rock. That to me says that's where she was taken from. Now, I've not read where anybody said this, but that's what it seems like to me. There was a book who claimed to know the answer to this case. A case the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, NCMEC, calls the greatest unsolved mystery of the missing. This author talked to a woman who claimed she was Marjorie. She should have done DNA. She wouldn't meet with Marjorie's sister. It was really weird. Or would only meet with her, but never did. And supposedly the story went that the man who raised her hit her with his car, thought she was dead, put her in his car to take her to the hospital. She regained consciousness and was fine, and began crying, so he took her home to his wife, who was sad because she had just lost another baby, and they raised her. This doesn't make sense and the evidence doesn't support it. The evidence shows she was taken from behind that rock, picked up and taken. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what it seems like to me. I wonder if this guy took her because his wife was sad, to give his wife the child he didn't think they'd be able to have, although they had 4 more, I guess. After that, out of desperation, and made up the story about hitting her. Because another part of his story doesn't add up. See, there was this man and his little girl, and they were driving that night, and there was this really dense, terrible fog. And the man's daughter was getting cranky, she was getting hungry, tired. He said, you know what, I'm going to stop, I'm going to find a hotel, because it is not safe. He did so. He was tracked down later because they thought the little girl was Marjorie. She was not. But the man who claims to have taken Marjorie after hitting her with his car says that was him with the little girl. Little girl was found, pretty sure, so it wasn't. Interestingly, in 2010, a teacher took her 5th grade class on a field trip to this park, and she told them the story of Marjorie West. These 5th graders began their own 5th grade investigation. I think that is stinking awesome. Stinking awesome. And cheers to the teacher for doing that. Because she could teach them about safety without scaring them. Because the case happened so long ago. Anyway. A man sped off from the area so fast, he forced another driver into a ditch right around the time that she disappeared. At one point, the mayor had asked for 1,000 volunteers, and he got himself 2,500, which is awesome. Hundreds of workers were given that first day off from work to search, and you'll see that in other cases as well. In 2014, two of Marjorie's cousins gave their DNA to the police to be put into the system. Some folks say that Marjorie could be the Christmas tree lady much later on. I'm not buying that. I think she was raised by someone, loved by someone, and didn't know the difference until much later. But a lot of people think, oh, she looks like she could be an older version of Marjorie, and making up this whole story, and I'm just not down for that. But if you have any information about this adorable little red-headed little girl, gosh, I wish they had color pictures back then, please call the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST. Next time, we're going to talk about the case of Joan Gay Croft. You might have heard of that case. She disappeared after a tornado. So please join me for that, and please subscribe and click the bell for notifications so you get notified when that video goes up, and all of my videos. Please check out my playlists. Please share videos and like videos. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time.